Welcome to the show. I'm Jen. My guest today is Mark Stewart, founder of Concept to Completion, and a few other things which we'll learn about. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you
I'm
for
excited
being
to be
here. So we're going to talk about marketing. I'm really excited because I fall under that big umbrella of marketing, as do you. So tell me about Concept to Completion and where that marketing is for you guys.
Well, marketing for us is really focused on small business, that mom and pop that is looking for that full service. So we can give them a fractional sort of CMO approach where I can help them with strategy, and we've got a team that can help them with their content and things like that. So we're really focused there. It's a niche for us, and because we started as an event help company, we started as an event help, and so it just kind of parlayed itself, kind of moved itself into working with small businesses. And then the digital aspect is so important these days for everybody. You know, we love it too. It's just a lot of fun.
So I feel like digital is another one of those words that becomes a little broad just to the general public. You know, is that social media? Is that web? Is that placing ads online? Define for me the digital aspect.
You nailed it.
Oh,
it's all those things.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all your social media. It's building platforms, and it's creating a cadence on all those that's appropriate for whatever your business is. So if you're a restaurant, you obviously want to be on Facebook, especially Instagram. You know, if you're an attorney, you really want to be on LinkedIn. You want to be doing some ads because you're not going to reach people. Nobody's going to follow you because you're talking about law, but you need to be able to reach their eyeballs and create that awareness funnel and then hopefully convert them later on. But digital's important. It's growing.
And you have an interesting background too. You were doing stuff in the retail, some national stuff as you kind of went through your journey and then became an entrepreneur. Is that right, or always an entrepreneur?
No. I worked for a Fortune 50 company.
Yeah.
I worked for an oil company, but we worked in the consumer goods for a number of years. Back when I was a kid, I sold banana boat suntan lotion. I got my first exposure to branding.
Some of you younger people may not remember that.
Yeah.
But it was a big brand.
It was, and so it was a lot of fun. I was in the Midwest, schlepping banana boat suntan lotion to, marinas and Walmarts and everywhere you could do. But I got my first taste of branding, and I realized how important it was. And you can look at anything. You look at colleges. I mean, they brand the W.P. Carey School of Business.
Oh, yeah.
That means something.
Yeah.
So branding's become super important. It's one of the things that I talk about with my clients is how important it is to project their brand and protect it. I tell my kids the same thing. We all have a brand. You have a brand, I have a brand. So I got exposure to that and then went to work for Shell. And then that's when I got professionally trained on branding, marketing, category management, and things like that, and called on all the big guys, Walmart, Target. But the entrepreneurial bug got me about 10 years ago, and so I never looked back. Yeah.
So is it 10 years now that you have your business?
So Concept to Completion's been around for 6. I was doing independent consulting for a couple years before that, and then I was doing some startups before that in the ski industry, in the toy industry, and some things like that. I just enjoy it, and so as an entrepreneur, that shiny penny seems to always catch my eye, and so that's one of the reasons that we started the Event Help, and it's the other reason why I love helping small businesses. We've got a client now that has a really great software idea, right? And so helping them understand their unique value proposition, but then telling that story to the people that are going to use their product, it's key, and I love it.
So if there was one marketing thing that you could give advice to businesses that they could do if they only did one thing, what advice would you give them?
Oh my gosh!
I know.
that is a really loaded. You need to, if you're not online, if you don't have a good digital footprint, start now, because a year from now you won't have a digital footprint, and you need to pay attention to it. What we're seeing is a move, and you know this, we're seeing a move from traditional media or traditional marketing, print, things like that. We're seeing not just not money moving from it, but money moving to digital advertising in addition to, because the eyeballs are here, right? I remember being in New York City in Times Square a few years ago, and well, gosh, it was almost 10 years ago. And I remember sitting on a second floor balcony, and we were watching people walk by, and you've got millions of dollars of advertising all over, Sony, but everybody's face is here. They're walking down the street with their face. So if you're not here, If you're not here, you're not on somebody's couch, because on the commercials, they're looking at this.
Yeah.
So you got to get on their Facebook. You got to get on their LinkedIn.
That's such a real and true example. And hearing you say that, it's like, yeah, we bring it everywhere with us. And to be in such an environment like Times Square, everyone is, still just focused on
That's
their
fascinating.
phone. So you wear another hat in our community.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that.
So I was reelected recently to Chandler City
Congratulations.
Council. Well, thanks for the help with that. And it fits a why in my book. It fits a passion. I know how many people have been frustrated with. I was reelected to Chandler City Council. I don't know if I said that, which is a wonderful community. I mean, just the people are amazing. And we were talking before we started the show, and it is the biggest small town. And I know that's cliche, but it's true. I was talking with one of your team members, Joe, about his mom is from there and lives in downtown still. And we're talking about the old history of Chandler and these old families that have been there, the Earnhardts and the Serranos and such. It's just a wonderful community. But I was only going to be in Chandler for maybe 3 years when I moved. We were like, I was with a company. At that time, it was a different company than Shell. But we were like, we'll do 3 years here. We'll maybe move somewhere else. But we landed in Chandler, and we just fell in love with it. And then 20 years later, I'm on city council trying to help guide the vision of the city with a wonderful mayor and rest of our council. But it fits my why. We need good people in governance that aren't in it for themselves. They're in it to be servant leaders and listen to the community and do all those things and not be polarized. So municipal politics was the perfect fit for me to be able to help.
So, and I apologize for my ignorance, the council you can continue to run, or is it just 2 terms like some other positions you can hold, or?
Yeah, so we have term limits. So you can do 8 years.
Okay.
And then you can take 4 years off and come back. And some people do that.
Okay.
But I think that 8 years is good to pass the baton. Maybe do something else, like take what I've learned. Take an example of good governance, which we have throughout several cities within the Arizona market. Chandler's one of them. Take that good governance and maybe expose other, try to take it somewhere else. Get away from this polarized sort of world we live in right now. Because in municipal politics, potholes don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat or anything.
Yeah.
Just get it fixed, make sure my water's clean, and provide good service.
So do you see a future for you to pursue some other political endeavors?
I do, but I've got work to do in Chandler.
We're not making an announcement right now, just so you all know.
I've got a lot.
But that would be super cool, because the show could be the one to break some news, but that's not happening.
Yeah, that's not going to happen today. No. I just got reelected, so
yeah.
I got 4 years that I asked for the community's trust, and I think that's another thing is kind of frustrating is when people do jump quick, right, and they move right after they get elected or something like that. And I get it, like. If you're called to do something, sometimes you need to step up and do it. But I feel obligated to the people that help me get
show them
elected.
the impact you want to make,
Absolutely.
and that they're trusting in you to make on their behalf too.
Chandler's a wonderful city. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask why Chandler, but it sounds like you were mentioning a job brought you here to Chandler, or you guys chose Chandler, and that's how you ended up there.
Well, we could have lived anywhere on the West Coast.
Oh.
So our regional office was in Dana Point, California, which is amazing.
That's gorgeous.
Well, being from Missouri, I don't know that my wife and I, we were like, we had a 6-month-old, my son, who's now at WP Carey at ASU. My daughter goes there too, so she's 18.
Good.
So
ASU.
they're grown, we're empty nesters,
Yeah.
but they're both Devils. And
Nice.
So yeah, we could have picked anywhere. We landed in Chandler. We looked in Cave Creek, but Chandler was the right fit for us.
And coming to Arizona from Missouri, did you guys know anybody here?
No.
Wow.
We just were pioneers like the rest of Arizonans, right?
Yeah.
Except for the families that are from here originally, the original pioneers. People that move west, they have this entrepreneurial spirit and this drive to go do something new. They're foraging new paths, and that's what Chandler is, and Chandler was, and that's what Arizona is. That's why it's a great place to live.
Oh, I feel so blessed to be
Oh.
here. Plus, it's the weather. I mean, you can't go wrong.
No, it's especially today, right?
So what is the best part for you, going back to the marketing and concept to completion of helping businesses?
I think that aha moment,
Especially small businesses, because you really carve that out and you're very specific when people ask you what you do. That's the very first thing that comes out of your mouth, is that you're focused on helping small businesses.
it's key. Because, I believe that, and it's true, 80% of employers, 80% of people out there that are employed by a small business. It's the lifeblood of innovation. Mm-hmm. It's the lifeblood of everything that's good about, communities and things like that, especially because they're the folks that, sponsor the Little League team. Mm-hmm. Not that big companies don't, but they're the folks that you see at the grocery store at Bash's or something.
Hyper-focused on their community, yeah.
And so I love that part about it, but for them and for me, like having that aha moment or that big win or that where it finally happens for them is, we talked about somebody before the show started that it's happening for them. And so if I can help them get from here to here, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, that means that they don't need me anymore. They hire somebody full time to do
in-house or something like that.
Yeah, they hire somebody in-house. So that's a blessing too, when they can start adding employees and employing more people.
Yeah.
So when they figure out their purpose, and we don't take clients, like I don't take folks that want to make money. Like we had a vision and mission workshop with somebody the other day, and that came up, and I said, I can't work with that. I can't market that.
Right.
You got to give me something more.
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes sense. I can relate to that. So any trends to watch in marketing?
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many of them going right now, but TikTok.
Oh.
I mean, come on. TikTok is on fire. So if you can figure out how to get something fun and creative on TikTok, if you're a medium to large business right now and you have people that are creatives within let them have fun. Let them use your office building as a platform to create videos and put them out. TikTok's a great way for people to get a peek behind the curtain on what's going on in your office. And there's this voyeurism that goes on with TikTok that people want to see what's going on.
Shows your personality and shows kind of, like you said, that behind the scenes look.
And advertising, obviously, you want to be on there. And they're offering, I think they're still offering, $300 in free advertising through the end of the year. So TikTok's hot.
I haven't gotten there yet, but I do see the value, and I get information from all the people around me who are on TikTok. They're sending me little videos all the time. So are you on TikTok?
I'm not. Okay. Well, I am, but I haven't done my videos yet. The Cowper's kid has no shoes.
Okay,
right?
Yes, that's
true.
Yes, I say that
I feel
all
like
the time.
A professor.
Yes.
I just tell you what to do, and I help you do it. But for me, no.
I'm the last one to do it.
Exactly. You should do them about your shoes. You should do TikToks about your shoes.
Okay.
People would love that.
All right. I might have to steal that idea. I like it. Well, thank you for being here.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate it. And maybe in the near future, you can come back with some more marketing tips and ideas for everyone.
Jen, I would love that. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you next time on Now with Jen.